So many times we identify with passing thoughts in our mind. And one day they're very positive thoughts, another day they're very negative thoughts, and therefore happiness is very difficult to be sustained. As we go deeper and deeper into ourself, we come to recognize more and more fundamental identity of ourself. So the deeper we go, the more fundamental identity we come towards to. And at the very, very bottom, we come to know the pure consciousness, the natural state, as our true self. The pure consciousness is also known as the full consciousness. So I don't want to use any religious terms like God or even enlightenment is quite already heavily wrapped with beliefs of what is supposed to be. So even speaking about enlightenment is already, every person I see right away, as I say this word, right away in your heads there are some thoughts coming in, like, oh, what is enlightenment? Like maybe you saw some movie or read a book or heard some, it tries to trigger certain beliefs, certain ideas. So I want to speak in the most simple and most plain language, turning your full consciousness. There are no beliefs, no ideas. You don't need to compare yourself or me to an Indian guru, You don't need to compare anything to anything. It is just for you to return to your, I emphasize, your full consciousness. So again, you will have certain beliefs that if you are enlightened, you are supposed to be like this or like that. Or if you are enlightened, you are supposed to sit in a cave. This is very impractical in the Western world. So no, we are not supposed to sit in the caves, although we have quite a few in Malta and goes over. But I was never drawn to them, so I left it for jamming sessions. So no, you are supposed to be you. You are supposed to be fully naturally, fully conscious you. This is what you are supposed to be. So comparing yourself to others is not a good idea, because then the mind kicks in, it wraps around with all kinds of beliefs and ideas, and then we have either some disappointments, or we say it's not working, or this or that. So coming to your full consciousness is realizing that you already have it. Right? You already have it. It is not something new that I am about to give you, But I can only show you what you haven't seen about yourself. Because most of the time, let's make it very simple and logical, most of the time we spend noticing our thoughts. So literally, if we say for a normal person, literally 80% of time is absorbed in noticing thoughts. So the person spends most of the time with thoughts. However, when we go deeper into spirituality, into self-enquiry, we recognize thoughts are rubbish. The scientists have found 80% of your thoughts are useless. And they just keep on repeating, and then they drive you crazy, So you say, oh my gosh, why I have so many thoughts? My mind is never stopped talking, it never stops. So this is a realization that most of the time your attention is placed on something which is not useful, just thoughts. So then there comes the wisdom to say, okay, how can I be more effective? How can I be more efficient? How can I be more aware and more conscious? And this is where you either start to inquire what is actually happening here or here. And then you start noticing, you start recognizing the truth that most of the thoughts are not useful at all. They're like reminders on a loop. If you will inquire what are most of these thoughts about, they're constantly reminding you. But what are they reminding you really? They're saying you forgot something, or you don't know how to do it in the future because you forgot something. So doubts, worries, confusion arises of useless thinking. As we inquire deeper, so what are these thoughts, what are they trying to remind us about? They're trying to remind you that you forgot you. Does it make sense? You forgot yourself. All your attention got absorbed somewhere in the illusionary thinking world, and you forgot you, you know? So sometimes I see people walking down the street, and they have so little awareness that they literally bump into the traffic light, or they bump into another person, you know, because they're so absorbed in their mind that they don't even see as they're walking, where are they walking even, you know? So this takes too much energy, too much attention, too much absorption. As we start to bring our attention to our true self, right away inner power arises. Right away we feel, oh, I am connected to myself. Right away you feel more at ease because you're connected with your body. So right away your breathing becomes more relaxed, your body relaxes, your thoughts automatically become calmer. Right away you can feel your heart much better. The self-inquiry leads further. So this is the famous question, who am I? Who are you really? And right there I can say that you are not who you think you are. You are not who you think you are. You are beyond thought. You are beyond belief. And this is where many people who progress forward, they say, oh my gosh, I would have never believed it 5 years ago that this can be true. So this is why you are beyond belief. You are so much more that in the next 5 years you're gonna say exactly the same words. Oh my God, I could not have believed today where I am now. 5 years is a good time, you know. In 5 years, with the self-inquiry, with self-realization, you will become totally much grander version of you. This is reaching your highest potential. This is becoming, we could say, supernatural you, but it is actually supernatural in its exact terms, that it is very natural. It might seem as a supernatural because it is so huge, but actually it is very natural because you become fully natural completely. So that is again a bit paradoxical.
They have to use that word.
Yes. Yes. We can say very natural. Okay, so let's look at the graph, and We can also see on the right side levels of consciousness, and you can see these different numbers. They relate to the map of spirituality, and those who are new, you can check upon it a bit later. I will tell you where. So at the very bottom of the graph, we can see that I am a body. The identification is I am the body. This is where majority of human beings are. They believe that they are this impermanent, perishable, very short-lived body. This body lives only 80 years. It is very impermanent. It changes all the time. It has a lot of diseases, a lot of difficulties. And they believe that they are the body. And therefore there's a great suffering with identification with the body. Because the body lasts only 80 years. It is not perfect. It was not designed to be perfect. Well, maybe in the original design it was meant to be perfect, but no human knows how to really take care of it, to last long. So, I am the body is a very temporary, very unstable, and very pain-based identification. As we move further up, we identify with what we know. Yes, now it rings a bell. Like, well, okay, I know a lot of stuff. And then you will say, well, I know a lot of stuff, so I am the knowledge. And there are a lot of people who have read like 100 books or 1,000 books. They have watched all the who is the smartest questions on TV, they know all the answers, all the facts. In fact, I can't watch these TV series where they ask all the questions, who was the last president, what is the flag of Burma, like these very meaningless facts, Some of them is general knowledge, but, too much it leads nowhere really. So knowledge is also very limited. Because knowledge you accumulate from the time you were born to this moment. And if you identify with the knowledge, well, knowledge will be gone. What if you get amnesia next day? You don't remember anything. Next morning you wake up, you know nothing. But you still are, isn't it? You still are, you still exist, even if you don't know anything. Okay, it might sound a bit scary, what if I lose all my memory? But you still are, you still exist. So knowledge is not your real identity, is not who you truly are. The next step is inner wisdom, inner love, a feeling of oneness, that I am one, everything is one, or I am my inner wisdom. That is already a lot deeper. Or I am inner love. I am love. This is beautiful, yes? It is really beautiful place to be. It is beautiful place to identify with inner love. But then you will notice that life and other people are not there. That the world is causing trouble. And you have to find a place which is a lot deeper, a lot more stable, and where nothing causes you trouble. So then your inquiry goes deeper. I am presence. I am beingness. First step into presence, and I want to clarify this to paint a picture. First step of beingness, of presence, is to recognize your whole energy field. So you recognize that this is the body, this is the heart, this is the mind, these are the chakras, this is the aura, this is the kundalini, this is the electromagnetic field surrounding me. and I am all of that. Yes? This is called beingness. You recognize your, we could say, wholeness. So you see, you're no longer identifying with a few random thoughts. You are identifying with the whole body, heart, mind, chakras, kundalini, aura, energy field. You are this presence. You are this presence. This is where you will get a feeling that, oh, I am at home. A very big relief, a very big sense that you are at home. Because your energy field is fully supporting you every moment to feel fully comfortable. So you become fully self-sustainable being, presence. Stepping further into 670 is to recognize that you are not only this being, this presence, but you are the whole field of presence, because your attention draws further from your energy field into the collective or huge cosmic energy field. So then you start sensing that I'm no longer even this energy field, I'm the whole cosmic energy field. This is stepping into non-duality. And then you have a clear recognition, there is no self, there is no doer, I'm not really only this, I'm this whole field of space, field of energy. That is also called cosmic consciousness. So you see how you expand to realize who you are. You know, from the linear thinking, linear random thinking, into the full cosmic consciousness. Amazing. This is why I'm saying it's beyond your belief. If it sounds to be far-fetched and you say, oh no, it's not for me, well, hold on. You might get a glimpse into it. You might actually come a lot quicker there than you think you can, because the path can be very straight and very fast and very amazing. So the next step is I am allness. As you recognize that you are a cosmic being, a cosmic consciousness, so expanded you can nearly feel the infinity. This is why the ancestors say the universe, your grandma says, the universe is inside of you, The ancestors always were repeating that, because it is actually, yes, inside you. You need to open it. So the next step is I am allness. Your attention, your awareness expands further from the cosmic energy field to envelop the whole universe, literally. And this is where you get a really deep sense that I am all, beyond description, beyond definition. I am all. I am everything. Amazing. This is an amazing feeling. You start receiving so much knowledge, so much downloads, so much information that your mind cannot catch up with it. It says, slow down, I need time to process it. But your consciousness just keeps on downloading, keeps on expanding. So yes, you just keep on going. So much knowledge comes, it's beyond, the mind cannot process it. So then the next step is the unknown, which is basically the dark side of the universe, because space is dark, isn't it? You see one planet here, one planet there, one sun, a galaxy, but 90% is dark, is space. And beneath that space is the black dark matter, which is about 60–70% of the whole mass of the universe. So that then you step into that very deep void of unknown. And then you say, okay, let me step into that unmanifested energy. Because what you can perceive is already manifested. So you step into the unmanifested, or into the unconsciousness. So basically you step very consciously into your unconscious sleep state. You know, when you sleep, you go to bed, you have a waking state, then you go into a light dream, then you go into a deep dream, and then everything is gone. So in meditation, you can bring your awareness into that place which is unconscious, and you start to make it conscious. You bring the light of awareness to it. So you transcend the great void, the great causal body. And then you pop out of it, and you come into the pure I amness, loving beingness, pure I amness, which is a very loving place. It is the most divine love that you can ever experience. So pure, so divine love.
That's a question.
Yes.
What do you understand by causal body?
So the causal body is that unknown, is that unconsciousness. It is dark, it is unknown.
So I read them very referring to it in esoteric text.
Yes.
It's a body that we're always holding as well.
Yes, everybody has a causal body, and when you start to transcend the causal body, your consciousness pops out into 860,
And what is
850.
its function, the causal body?
The function of the causal body is unconsciousness. When you have a deep sleep, it makes you unconscious. And it is directly connected to the universal unconsciousness, or the universal dark matter. Because from that place arises the cause and effect. So for those who follow Buddhism, you know that one of the main teachings is the cause and effect. Everything in the universe is governed by the law of the cause and effect. And the causal body is behind the cause and effect. So 700 is governed by the cause and effect because the whole universe is an intelligent organism. But the unknown unconsciousness, or the great void, is that causal body which is beyond the cause and effect. It is beyond universal laws, because the universal laws are like software, like programs which operate the universe. But beneath that is we could say the operating system, or the causal system, which is deeper than the universal laws.
Okay.
And then stepping into 900s is you pop out of the universe. It sounds crazy, but this is what happens, that your consciousness steps out of the universe, and the light of pure full consciousness already shines through, and you become fully aware of the universe as a seed. You become fully aware that the universe's energy, the universe is like a bubble, the universe is like a seed which grew into a tree. But you come to recognize that seed of the tree, and therefore by shining the light of awareness to that seed, you even dissolve that primordial seed of the universal mind, which is known as the I thought. So you fully become liberated, free, we could say enlightened, but I would prefer to say fully conscious, beyond any influence of any energy and any problems of the mind. So Buddha was asked, what did meditation give you? And his answer was, I lost worrying, I lost doubts, I lost confusion, I lost anger, I lost sadness, I lost frustration, I lost fear, I lost all diseases of the mind. And therefore I attained liberation, I attained infinite peace, I attained infinite happiness. So that is what it means to be fully in your full consciousness, that the mind with all the diseases has dissolved, and therefore you are cured. There is no more any virus, there is no more any disease. You are cured, you are healthy forever, literally forever. So this is a really beautiful journey, a really beautiful self-enquiry, self-realization. For some of you it sounds very unbelievable, for others it is very touchable, for others it is already very real. So in this room we have like a real big mixture. Some people are very high consciousness, like we have everything here, as the whole world. So this is why I wanted to show you this big picture, the whole picture of the whole thing, of how to become fully conscious being. Any questions? Yes.
And where does that ownership of your side of owning you and how you interact with the world
Yes.
play here?
Play here.
Like healing, ownership of,
Yes.
maybe how you are with money, how you are in relationships, how you are in a home environment, what atmosphere do you live on.
Yes.
These are things that I'm really owning, and yet, I sometimes feel I'm looking back to try and address stuff that are playing out,
I will answer it in two ways.
Okay.
Yes. In a simple way and in a more absolute way. So in a simple way is first follow self-realization that, oh, this is within me. Oh, this is happening. Second step is self-acceptance, which is exactly as you said, owning the experience, owning the emotion, owning the circumstance. So that is in the relative terms. In the absolute terms, you own everything and you own nothing. You own this moment already. Why? Because you're aware of it already. So you say, I'm owning my body and what I feel, but I'm saying you're owning everything. Because you're aware not only of your body, but also in your consciousness, this whole room is here, so you're owning it. I am here, so your consciousness is part of me. Everything is part of your current experience. You're owning the whole thing. And yet you're owning nothing. Because who is owning it? Who is owning it? You will say I, but who is this I? That is an illusion. So who is owning it? And then you will realize that the universe is already flowing as it is. This body is part of the universe. It is not your body. You are consciousness. You are the consciousness. You own nothing, and yet you own everything. If you identify that I own this body, that creates suffering. If you're identifying I am owning these emotions, that is suffering, isn't it? So in the absolute way of seeing, you own nothing, yet you are everything. But you are free. You are untouchable. Untouchable freedom. Because this body is part of the universe. The universe already knows how to take care of things. The only task I have to do is to be fully conscious. That's it. And the whole universe will function in its own perfect way. It already put the whole solar system into the photonic energy field. The solar system has already moved into the new upcoming golden age. This is not a doing of human beings. It is the whole solar system which moved. The whole solar system is moved by the gravity of that central solar system. And that is moved by the gravity of the center of the galaxy. And the center of the galaxy is moved by the gravity of other interconnected galaxies. So everything is already happening without any human interference. The human interference is creating disharmony in the natural flow of the universe. So the ego came in and it said, this body is mine. Like it declared to God and to the universe that this body is mine. And then God said, oh my gosh, well, such a fool. Well, all right, suffer with it, you know. Suffer with it, you know. If you believe, if you have this wrong belief, then go on. Suffer until you will realize you're not it. You know, that was wrong. That was a mistake. So, in a way, you own nothing. In a way, you are everything. But in truth, you are freedom. You are full consciousness. However, on the path to the full freedom, yes, you do need to accept fully who you are. You need to accept fully this human body, that this is part of it, that all of these tendencies are here, that they are playing a big part of your past lives and past conditioning, that they're still functioning, they're still active inside you. So yes, you need to take full responsibility, full care, full ownership, full acceptance of them.
I don't want a spiritual bypass. You know, I don't want to just go all the way up and we're carried a bit of baggage from this life and
Yes.
You know, I don't, that spiritual bypassing really appeals to me.
Yes.
I really want to stand my full ownership.
Yes, the full ownership is really important in 600s, because this is where you cleanse the deepest conditionings which were attached to the soul. So therefore you can't escape it, you need to deal with it. The 600s is a bit tough game, and yes, it requires a lot of strength, patience. Yes, you need a lot of strength, a lot of patience, and a lot of presence to be with that, to own it, to accept it, to transcend it. Yes. And then when you kick into the first, second, third enlightenment, it becomes more and more easy to have it, to easier to transcend it, much easier to deal with it. So at first, this is 600 is really about patience. It's a test of patience. It's a test of patience. It's a test of inner strength to hold even the most craziest vibrations. And it's a test of strengthening your presence to sustain these crazy high vibrations. So buckle up and keep on tight. Yes, this path is rough. It requires a lot of strength, but with it your soul will become polished like a diamond.
Yeah, that's what I hear. 600s. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's like, you know, the charcoal is being being compressed and polished, like, and then it becomes a diamond. So this is how it goes. And then you're gonna sparkle like a diamond.